It's time for today's travel and cruise industry news. With the latest from travel and cruises around the world, here's your host, Chillie Falls.
Hey, good morning and welcome to Tuesday's Travel and Cruise Industry News Podcast. On this, the 18th day of June, 2024, going to be another hot one here in Virginia, up in the 90s again. Definitely be a pool day. I can promise you that. Have you ever had a day, folks, where you should have stayed in bed? Boy, this day's been like that for me. And I got up like normal this morning, fed the cats, started working on today's show, and the first time I tried to get StreamYard up, they're dead. I mean, it wasn't me, but I had to send them a message, and you know, they sent me a message back and said, we're working on repairing the system. And I'm going, oh, jeez. So I had to wait and wait and wait and wait. And when I finally got on, I'm about an hour and a half late. So I'm scrambling to get everything done and up and ready to go. And just from the pressure of it, and I get a splitting headache. So it's just not a good day. So when the music came on and I knew I was live, I went, whew, thank you, Lord. Goodness gracious. All right, anyway, there's thankfully on the good side of that, there's not a whole ton of news today. So, but our top story this morning is shore power in Miami. Also today, you got some menu upgrades at the McKinley Chalet. Of course, we got to have some weather updates. We got some weather out there, a little better than yesterday. Well, sort of a little better. Another story this morning, scammers go after cruisers. You guys will all want to pay attention to this one, folks. It's the newest scam that I've found, at least. A new TUI ship participates in an emergency drill, and lots more today here at 11 o'clock this morning. Good to see everybody over in the chat room. Mike and Gretchen and Kenneth and Gary Rogers back home from Switzerland. There's Hot Air Tom, Cindy. Goodness, nice, good start to the day show. All right, folks, and I know Hot Air Tom's not going to like this one. But today is International Sushi Day. I can dig it. We'll have to discuss that with Amanda about maybe going out and getting some sushi tonight. I don't know what she's got planned or if she's got anything planned. But anyways, Sushi Day. That'd be nice. If you're listening via the podcast, you can always access the podcast via my blog, which is accessadventure.net. Or wherever you get your podcasts from, all the big guys, iHeartRadio, Podchaser, Pandora, Stitcher, any of them. Just search for Travel and Cruise Industry News, and up pops the old fat travel guy. Okay, I said yesterday, that on today's show, we were going to attempt to catch up with Bethany. And I just realized that I had not gone through and put these in any order. So I will try to do that on the fly. Anyway, so this is from Saint Mary Iglesias. I'm not sure the French pronunciation of that. But that's over there where the D-Day landings were. Normandy Beach. The American Cemetery at Omaha Beach. that to me is one of the most gut-wrenching pictures. And she says, "Welcome from Cherbourg, France." She was in one day in Mont Saint Michael. Looks like a little crepe. Maybe not with the stripes on it. Yeah, normally they don't have grill marks. That might be something grilled, come to think about it. I do like it. Oh, that's the actual Mont Saint Michael there in the background. And this is in the town. Let's see where the next one is. I'm not sure. I may have skipped some in here. That's from up on the top of the mountain looking down. And this is, she says, hello from St. Peter Port, Guernsey, and the Channel Islands. That is Coquet Saint Jacques. Looks like scallops to me. That was the first course. Oh no, where's the main course? Oh, there it is. Butternut risotto. And a little mini baked Alaska for dessert. And this is in, I believe this is in St. Peter Port. And this is the closest bar to a church in all of Europe, 18 inches. And the first person is going to say, that's more than 18 inches. You have to look up, folks, up at the little thing coming off the top of the church. That's 18 inches over to the bar. So anyway, that's catching up a little bit with Bethany's trip. Always like to do that. All right, I'll be back with a little bit of news here after a quick break from one of our network sponsors. PortMiami celebrated a significant environmental milestone as it has launched the new shore power facility, with Carnival Corporation's Carnival Conquest being the first cruise ship to utilize this technology. The initiative is part of a collaboration between Miami-Dade County, Florida Power and Light, and several cruise lines, making PortMiami the first major U.S. Eastern Seaboard cruise port to offer shore power at 5 of its cruise berths. The introduction of shore power allows docked ships to plug into the local electricity grid rather than running diesel engines, cutting down on greenhouse gas emissions while docked. The program has been implemented at cruise terminals AA, home to MSC Cruises, Royal Caribbean International, Norwegian Cruise Line, Carnival Cruise Line, and Virgin Voyages. Why not join me, Hot Air Tom, Suzanne Rager, and others on the Quebec City to Boston cruise on the Norwegian Gem? We sail from Quebec City on September the 13th for 7 nights, stopping in Charlottetown, Sydney, Halifax, Portland, Bar Harbor, and into Boston. Solo cabins start at $14.81. Double occupancy at $735 per person. That includes taxes and port charges. Just call or text me 434-258-9264 for the Quebec City to Boston cruise on the Norwegian Gem. Guests staying at Holland America's McKinley Chalet Resort in Denali National Park this season will be introduced to the new menus at 2 on-site restaurants, Karsten's Public House and Canyon Steakhouse. Karsten's Public House updated its lunch and dinner offerings, while Canyon Steakhouse refreshed its dinner menu. The new menus features authentic Alaska specialties made with fresh local ingredients. Additionally, McKinley Chalet Resort has received Marine Stewardship Council certification, ensuring guests are served fresh, locally sourced, sustainable seafood. And here's a few of the changes at Canyon Steakhouse. They've added fresh Alaskan halibut, steamed mussels, smoked salmon chowder, and a steakhouse burger. Over at Karsten's, you now have a seafood queso dip, asparagus fries, Fuji apple and bacon slab salad, and alder grilled sockeye salmon. That's in Denali National Park from Holland America. In the latest scam, scammers are pulling info from social media accounts about posts concerning an upcoming cruise. Then they contact the cruiser saying the port charges have changed and you now owe $300 or $400 when you board the ship. And needless to say, don't fall for that, folks. That's a bunch of crap. While crew members frequently practice crisis procedures on board, it's rather rare for a cruise ship to take part in an emergency drill with outside organizations. But TUI Cruises was more than happy to lend its brand new ship, Mein Schiff 7, to the Maritime Accident Command and the German Society for the Rescue of Shipwrecked People for a large-scale training session that included around 150 first responders, 6 special ships, and a helicopter. The exercise took place over the weekend in Northern Europe's Baltic Sea. The emergency scenario the safety teams wanted to prepare for was what to do if a cruise ship, Mein Schiff 7 in this case, was unable to maneuver after a collision that injured several guests on board. As is customarily internationally, the crew participating on board alerted the Maritime Rescue Coordination Center in Bremen to begin the drill, which launched a large-scale search and rescue mission. Summer is here. Explore in style with the new Platinum 8000 folding power chair. It's a perfect companion for summer adventures. Now, this is a folding chair, folks. It folds in 3 seconds. The chair weighs 58 pounds, 63 pounds with the battery. It'll carry a weight capacity of 396 pounds, has a maximum speed of 3.75 miles per hour, and has a 15-mile driving range per charge. That is the new Platinum 8000 folding power chair. Just call my friends at Will for an $800 discount. It's available through June 16th for only $1,099. Call 844-664-7467 for the open box Platinum 8000 folding power chair sale, and just tell them code Chillie. You'll love it. And that sale was extended through today. So you can still call them today. And it's actually my friends at Scootaround, which is owned by Will. But anyway, that's a nice chair for a folding chair. So if you need it, grab it. All right, that ends the news portion of today's show. Let's go see who's fussing at me in the chat room. All right, I said good morning to a bunch of people. Roger is back home from Switzerland. Kenneth says going to get pool supplies so we can get the pool going. Yeah, mine's still cold, but it's it's getting closer to being refreshingly cool. It's not quite there yet. It's still pretty brisk to get in. Roger says highlights late, and I'm gonna slaughter these words, folks, because I haven't practiced them. Lake Lugano boat tour, Zermatt, Garner Grot, Cog Railway up to view the Matterhorn. Ooh, that's awesome. A journey to Art Basel that I could not complete. Ooh, sorry about that. Hot Air's offering his condolences for not being able to complete the journey there. Steve's with us in Kentucky. Good morning, Steve. Bob's here. Hi, Bob. Something different castle tour in Bellinzona, Italian Swiss area. Awesome. Todd's with us. Good morning, Todd. Disability issue. TSA would not allow me to take my trekking poles on the plane. Had to be put in checked baggage. I didn't know about the trekking poles. I would have thought that would have gone through. Now, I hope you were able to get on and off the plane okay without your poles. Roger says not allowed. Dual canes needed. I did use a wheelchair. Yeah. At JFK and Milan airports to get to the gates. Good. Now, we're at that point in life, Roger. Got to use those chairs. We can't walk that far anymore, my friend. And you can walk further than I can now. So, are you going to try out Nikki's Airhawk? Might use a folding cane on next flights. Yeah, that might be a good idea. San Devon did enjoy the train rides. The Verena Express and Glacier Express. I'm not going to pronounce this gentleman's name right. Gideon Boateng, I'm guessing. Roger says, I think the Airhawk would work well in Switzerland. Now, that's good to know if I ever get there. Yeah, Switzerland's not on my list next for all the trips that I'm taking. But maybe someday I'll go back to Europe after the tours with Hot Air Tom. All right, that's going to wrap me up for today. What have I got to do tomorrow? Oh, I know what I got to do tomorrow. I've got a training session with a Norwegian on their new booking system. I have gone over it, and I'm not real fond of it. I like the old system a whole lot better. I'm sure after you get used to it, it'll be the same. But there's just a lot of things in the new system that are missing. So, anyway, maybe I'll find out more from them tomorrow. We'll see. All right, guys, that's going to wrap me up for today. As always, smash that thumbs up button. If you haven't subscribed, please consider doing so. That doesn't cost you anything, helps the channel out a bunch. All right, guys, that's going to wrap it up for today. As always, stay safe, stay healthy, think about cruising, and hopefully one day soon we'll all get together on the high seas. I'll see everybody back here for Wednesday Travel and Cruise Industry News Podcast. Have a great day, everybody.
It's time for today's.
I regularly post videos on all facets of the travel and cruise industry, so if you like to keep up with the latest in cruise ships, ports of call, cruises themselves, Chillie chats, and travel and cruise industry news, just hit the little subscribe button in the lower right-hand corner, hit the bell notification so you'll be notified when a new video is up or we go live. This video was produced by Chillie's Cruises.